So we're the Kojima Frequency. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of us before, but we are a podcast that focuses on Kojima-centric things. So that includes Metal Gear, Police Knots, Death Stranding, Snatcher, anything that Kojima is kind of adjacent to. We'll talk about it. We don't care. We'll talk about Resident Evil 2 for hours if you let us.
We usually do.
Yeah, that's what ends up happening. Yeah.
I like to compare it to sort of like those like religious colleges where they have, the same kind of courses that a college typically would have, but they always relate it back to like Jesus or something. And we do that, but with Kojima. But
it's like music, movies, anything really, if it has some connection.
We got somebody saying Kojima is God. Okay, there we go.
I told that to somebody today, and they were like, okay, so you guys are like a cult?
A little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, let's be honest now. But it's been hard, man. There's like been no Metal Gear related content. Kojima's gone dark with Death Stranding 2 for the most part, and then suddenly out of nowhere we get like the Master Collection and a remake. And
we normally do like really good on graphic design and put a lot in between all of our presentation and stuff. Nitroid knocks the thumbnails and all that stuff. Like we were going to talk about something else completely, but then all this Delta shit happened and the Master Collection happened. We're like, oh, we got to change our panel completely. So if you look at the quality here, we're working at shitpost level just to get through all this information here, but we're going to get through it.
Well, we're rebooting it, right?
Exactly.
Like we've got to make it accessible for modern audiences. So
this is the Kojima Frequency Delta, okay? It's pretty much the same thing, but we're just doing it a little different here. So we're going to go into a little bit about who we are a little bit, and our villain origin stories here.
Can I point something out here? Okay, everybody look at this picture, right? All right, I need everybody to stand up.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. No, this artist took some liberties. Like, what the fuck? Like, hold on. All right, no. All right.
Do we want to go over? Like,
hold on. No, wait. Apache, you're not that. Everybody get in height order right now. Like, hold on. What is this? All right, I'm third. All right, hold on. Wait.
All right.
We're good. All right, Days all the way over here. Nope.
No, over there.
You're next to me, Days.
You two. Switch. That is wrong.
No, dude.
I just wanted to make a point here. It's been bothering me ever since we got these photos, but they're nice photos.
I can fix it. No.
We just confirmed.
I can fix it. Come here.
What are we doing?
Same place, Apache. Get over here.
God damn it.
I was getting away with saying I was the tallest.
That's an insurance issue. We can't do that. That's a liability.
Okay. On a chair.
Falling off here.
But yeah, so that's how cool we look online. Sure. Like it's the artist took some. That's actually by Century Wizard. I don't know if you guys. He like emulates Yoji Shinkawa's style like perfectly, and he drew all of us really good. We can go to the next slide on that.
Yeah, they never look like the photos in person, right?
I think I forgot to put on the picture.
This is an empty space.
Oh no, this is my part. Okay, sorry, this is my part.
Through.
All right, so this is my villain origin story. I made Dr. Naomi Hunter's quote for my yearbook quote for my senior year. I thought it was really lame for a while, but now it's cool. I met Kojima at the Smithsonian. That's such a dorky picture. My grandma looked at that picture the other day, and she was like, he has really nice pecs, actually. Met him in 2012 at the Smithsonian. If we want to move to the next slide. This is how I met Fingers. I had a blog a while ago called the Lale Lule Lowdown. Had a lot of Nintendo content, had a lot of MGS5 content, including but not limited to, next slide, tactical horse pooping gifs. I did a lot of like videos, memes of those updates. Ended up posting like total sets. You remember like the 2014 Tumblr like high contrast gifs? Yep, I was all in that trend.
A race, like every time there's a new trailer, it was like, who's got that high contrast horse poop?
I was looking at like what I should post for these, and like I was just getting like DRK will understand. I was just getting mad because I saw these gifs and I'm like, this was not in the final game. And then I would post them. If you want to go to the next part, they would get notes, but if you kept going, like people would fight in the comments. That's how I got, the clout or whatever, the post notes.
Are you telling me Metal Gear fans argue about things?
Yeah, it's crazy. So go to the next one. So somebody was like, oh, they would rather put tactical horse pooping than women in these video games. And somebody was like, have you ever played the Metal Gear series? And they're like, yeah, I bet they only have like a blonde and a redhead in it. And I'm just sitting here with my horse poop gifs like, what? And then if you continue on, somebody, shout out to Major Ocelot. Go to the next clip.
That's like 8,000 people.
And meanwhile, I'm just sitting here with my horse poop gifs. And then
someone's giving a damn dissertation.
Somebody
on
said,
post.
why did this discussion happen to happen a post over time? And that was pretty much my Tumblr career.
Yeah.
That's also, if you want to go to the next one, how I met Fingers.
Yeah.
We commiserated over the dumb shit that people would say in these posts.
Yep. Go next slide.
So beautiful.
So yeah, and hit it again. And that's me. I'm Fingers. I spell it weird. It's with numbers instead of vowels, and if you look really close under there, it says no vowels. So just remember that part. And my name is Fingers because of this.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that's a whole thing I'm not even going to get into. But yeah, look up Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. Everyone's like, why are you going Fingers? I hate showing people because everybody's just like, I just ate lunch. So anyway, I grew up on Metal Gear, playing the Nintendo games all the way, up to the PS1 games, and just always loved them, and didn't really have like a community to talk about. I had friends that had played like maybe a little bit of 2, or I played Snake Eater, but that said, it's like I can't talk to you about Metal Gear, man. And so around like 2013, I joined this page on Facebook called Solid Snake, and started being an admin there, and that's actually where I met Nitroid, because we used to post different articles and different things, and people would just get into debates.
I was correcting him on something.
Yeah. So go ahead and click next slide on it, and we actually got featured in the Snake Soup because it was like over 100 comments over a liquid and Solid Snake, like recessive genes. Because
they were making fun of us, right?
I think we were
okay.
talking about it, and I think it's the dominant. Because the whole thing, all right, we're not going to get into that because we'll be here all day for that.
When we were making this slide, they got into it.
Yeah, we started revisiting it.
Yeah.
I ended up being right.
No, well, not.
All right, next slide. Fuck this. No, we're going next. All right. So, but the ended up Nitroid coming in, and this is where I kind of realized I was like, Nitroid knows his shit, man. He showed me this book that I had never seen a cover for, and that explained that this Kojima just passed the buck to Liquid and called him a dumbass because he was a dumbass that didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can go next slide. But we did stuff like that. We made OC all the time for people. You had Kaz jumping into the ball pit.
She got an extra hour in the ball pit.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the vibe of the page. We like to post art and credit artists and source artists. That was like our big thing. I was like, guys, if we're not crediting, we're not posting it. We got to promote the artists and stuff. And so we had a lot of fun. We got over 110,000 people on there, and it's currently the biggest Metal Gear Solid page on Facebook. But who uses Facebook anymore, right? Yeah. So, but most of that stuff, that's kind of what I did. But I also did music. So I wasn't great at graphics, so I did this dumb shit. Just basic Photoshop stuff. We can go next slide. But yeah, so I grew over the years, and it kind of, took on the Metal Gear form, and that's, that kind of just became what everybody knew. Like Fingers is doing Metal Gear remixes and doing the Metal Gear covers, and we can go. So there's me kind of growing too and matching that. As my hair grew, the avatar's hair grew.
I missed the hair.
Yeah, that was fun. We can go next slide. But yeah, so my main thing is music. And, I got original albums, I've got remixes, I've got all this stuff that I've done. But everybody knows me for one thing, and we can click next slide and hit play on that. You might be familiar with a little tune.
Oh, I really hope
go
it's
back.
not blocked.
No!
You broke it!
Hit play in the bottom right corner for me. They played us like a damn fiddle remix, if you've heard of it. Let me know.
Calls for wet work, bitch, and we answer. No greater good.
Got it.
No just cause.
What a load of bullshit.
Bitch! 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 Bitch!
And that's actually how I met Days in real life. She was like, wait, you're doing the show in your own town? I'm in that town too. And I was like, I'll be there. She was like, dude, I love the fiddle remix. I'll be there. Let's go. So that's, it all links together, and it's weird. Like, we came together through this fandom as like individual people. And, but yeah, if you know me, you're your Fingers, they played us like a damn fiddle guy? Yeah, none of the other stuff matters. I'm the fiddle guy. But yeah, I'll be DJing tonight, and I'm so happy to be here. So thank y'all for coming to our panel, and thank y'all for listening to the Kojima Frequency. I edit the hell out of that show to make these guys sound a lot smarter than what we're doing up here right now. So if we're stumbling through it, this is the real shit. This is the live shit.
I've been
normally
nervous.
You can get on Patreon. We do a live listen-in where people can just come in and listen to us unedited, and we fuck up, and we're like, cut that out, Fingers. We can't cut this out. So that's why this is the raw deal up here. We're all just going through it. We're running a little late, so we're going fast. But yeah, that's me. I'm Fingers. And we can go to the next slide.
Why are you looking at me?
Is yours not next? What happened?
He's looking at me like...
You were like,
and I have-
you
and I
were
have
like,
to-
I'm
we
gonna
were
make
gonna
this
do, but
slide
then we
after I
were-
run.
Yo, I'm going to do it later. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Right, so...
We forgot to do this.
I'm the laziest member of the Kojima Frequency, and I'm also the cause of most of the edits after the episode. There's entire sections of the show where I say something, and then I'm like, oh wait, don't actually put that online.
And he DMs
please.
me. He's like, fingers, cut that out,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. Like that whole the minutes and minutes lost. The best one is, I don't know if you guys know Funny Wes, but we once had Funny Wes as a guest. It was her second time on the show, and it was so bad that we couldn't put it online. So we just like missed the whole episode.
It was so fun though. We
Yeah.
had
Oh,
so
We
much
spent
fun.
2 hours talking
Yeah, it was
about
2
Tommy
hours of, hey, did you
Tallarico.
see that thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's what makes this a good podcast. Is like we're not like it's not just like a hang. Like it's like not just a recorded Discord call. We're like if we don't show up with like a good episode, we're like nah, that didn't feel good.
no, that
we
means
can
we're
episodes,
an
yeah.
unfinished podcast
Yeah.
because there's one missing.
Yeah. So yeah, the Kojima Frequency is unfinished.
Yeah.
But I joined late. I wasn't there from the start. There has been a whole. I don't know.
You don't-
I
you
think
don't have to go
38
into it.
was my.
Yeah, I think you were
came
around
on as
30,
a
yeah.
guest, and all I could think was like, I did the show, and I was like, that was so awesome. I'd love to do that. I like love to be a part of that. And then a few weeks later, Days messages me and goes, "Fingers have got to take a break for a little while. Do you want to come on the show?" And then I just never left.
We couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, you
And
literally
now-
cannot get rid of me.
Now he's my hangout on Discord for 14 hours saying nothing, buddy. It's
Yeah.
incredible how that works.
Yeah, and if it's not obvious, I'm not from America. So when I record,
Get out.
We told people before that it was my editing that made him sound that. He doesn't even sound British in real life. But now everybody fucking knows that whole joke's dead now. Damn it.
yeah. So like, I was
I mean, you could
not.
just cut this out. Like,
We can't cut this out.
oh, right.
I was not like in the community for years like these guys. My thing is speedrunning. I don't know if you guys watched my run before, but I do like European extreme speedruns of MGS3, Tuxedo, that kind of thing.
You're burying the lead here. Dude.
Yeah, you fucking do it blindfolded, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's not pretend like that's not a big deal.
Yeah, so I came like super late into this online stuff, and I just make jokes on Twitter.
You are some kind of superhuman, and you're just like, yeah, I kind of do this occasionally.
My main thing is I like to raise money for charity, so that's what I'm all about.
Oh, yeah.
So our next section is sort of the Kojima's greatest hits. The first one
Who knows
is,
who this guy is?
Yeah. Who
Make
knows
some
who
noise
Tom
if you know about Tom Olsen, or if you were around on Twitter for Tom Olsen last year. What a trip that was.
He
Jeez.
couldn't make it today. I'm sorry.
So do you want to talk about Tom Olsen for a second?
We can before we get into Jim Pitcock, yeah.
I have never been so stressed in my life than when that happened, because I thought someone was just gonna call my house or something. Like I didn't know it was like everybody at once talking about it, and I was like, I just wanted to take funny pictures.
And like you said in that epilogue thing, you're like, even outright denial just made people even go further into it. Like
Yeah,
you're
dude.
like, look, man, I'm not related to Konami. I'm not related to Metal Gear. This is a fan account having fun. And they're like, that's what a fan account would
So
say. Like,
The worst part of it was that right near the tail end, I had I won't say his name, but a pretty prominent game journalist contact me in private and ask for my input, and I was freaking out and I was exhausted because I basically did all that stuff like when something got posted, I had literally just finished it. I was doing it real time basically. It was not planned, and he asked me that, and I didn't. Like I saw it and then it didn't click and I didn't go back and check it later, but I don't know if he thought I slighted him or something, but he wrote this article that was just the most mean, like condescending thing ever. And I was just like, geez, I can't, like, you guys are really vindictive when you don't get what you want.
Game journos, right?
Yeah. Like,
but yeah, that whole thing was like,
I'm sorry that you didn't make it through the CNN internship, buddy, but don't take it out on me. Like, but yeah, it's then later when I made that video, I DM'd him and said, yeah, here's my comment, and then I just like closed it. But
most people might not know either.
oh yeah, if you don't know, here's the short version. I
Nick,
wanted to do.
Nitroid made a oh my God, it's you, it's Robert P. Sorry. It's one of our guests. Nitroid essentially made.
He's been here for like an hour.
I'm sorry.
It's been a long day, everybody.
Nitroid made a Big Shell travel Twitter by the name of Tom Olsen. It was supposed to be like a service worker at Big Shell
Taking photos.
just taking photos because he was using sort of what was it, like the documentary of MGS2 or what was it?
It was, yeah, I was using an emulator and I was using the dock of MGS2 to just like screw around and take funny photos because I think the big shell design in MGS2 is beautiful. I love the visual design of that game so much. And
But
I just
people
thought
were
it'd be
seeing
fun.
angles that you couldn't really get to in
Yeah.
the game normally. So they're like, wait, this must be a Konami
Like,
dev kit. Like,
right,
how are
no
they
fan
doing
could
this?
do this.
Yeah, but Nitroid
They can,
Yeah. And once we got that interaction with Konami online, is when
so-
that really they started playing along. They're like, "Hey Tom, you need to report to Strut B. You know, like
And
get out
that
of there."
was when
and
it
then that's
happened.
when everybody's like, "Oh shit, this is a thing." And then we see all these articles talking about Tom Olsen. You know, this mystery account. And David Hayter even referenced it on one of his streams. He was like, "Yeah, I heard there's a rumor about there's some Metal Gear stuff going on, like Metal Gear Solid 2 or something might be getting a remake." Nope, it was just this. So even coming from the source of a voice actor, you can't trust that because where did they hear it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The game of
it's a game
telephone
of telephone,
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. So
The
that
reason
got
why I
out of
shouldn't
hand.
believe rumors.
We just wanted to have a little fun, and that got out of hand, and yeah.
It ended up kind of dovetailing with MGS2 and Misinformation, which is
Yeah.
kind of nice. So it worked out well, but yeah, my blood pressure was like astronomical.
Speaking of hearing things from voice actors, if
Yeah,
you want to
we
go
can
to the
go
next
next
slide. So I don't know if anybody remembers the Jim Pitcock episode, but this has still been on my mind, and it's one of what I feel is the greatest hit. But this was recorded back in March 15th. If you want to go ahead and play the video,
Yeah.
it should.
So-
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh, we don't have audio. Real quick context. This was before any of the Delta stuff was
Keep it
announced.
reasonable.
Before,
I mean, David,
yeah, before any of the Delta stuff, before the Master Collection, you know, we were having this conversation with Jim Pitcock, and we included it in
a
the
month or
episode
two?
because it was like,
How long ago was it before
Yeah.
that? Like a month or two? Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, like
March
2 months.
15th, yeah. So here's what Jim Pitcock said on our show, and we'll just casually drop this. You know, Jim Pitcock just hang out.
just keep it reasonable. I mean, David told me last time I saw David, we did a Streamily signing thing, and he said that there was plans to redo, and he said you'll probably be hearing from him. I said I wouldn't cancel it.
We were just like,
Oh, okay.
Like, did he just leak MGS3 drop
Yeah,
on
so-
our stream? Like,
so-
we're sitting there like,
because it feels just from our experience, the voice actors who come more so from like Hollywood or less well versed on how video games work, they just casually drop this kind of stuff
'Cause they don't think it's important, yeah.
But we didn't want to be like, oh, watch this episode to get MGS3 remake confirmed. We were just like, if it happens, it
Not
happens.
to pat
and-
ourselves on the back,
Yeah.
but
And then when that announcement did happen, like there was an element of like, well, Jim Pitcock did say this, and well,
we just didn't try to monetize it.
yeah. All right,
right,
so
and
I'm
now
going to
this-
take over now and just talk about why
Okay,
Metal
no,
Gear
skip it,
Survive is
skip it,
good.
Skip it, skip it,
So-
get
all
off the
right,
screen!
now we're doing a Resident Evil
So, I
intermission.
think,
Okay,
at
okay.
the end of the day, I mean,
I'm gonna.
already hit the
You
next
do
slide.
that. I
Fuck
get
me.
to talk about the cell processor.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. So yeah, I think as
Go
far
back,
as
go
what
back,
the
go back.
future lies for
Go
us.
back, back. There you go. Okay.
No.
Oh, sweet. All right, we're good. No. All right.
No.
Hit the foot. Don't hit it twice. What are we doing?
What is going on?
All right. It's a fun game if you just like play it and just have fun and don't really think about it. And that's why I think it's a good game.
Anybody
No,
have
real
one of
talk.
those like cartoon hooks that we could put around his neck and like drag him off?
This
Okay.
man acts like I don't have a YouTube video on.
No.
on-
Look,
We had fun.
there are things
Did
you
have
don't
fun?
say in good company.
Did you have fun?
Yes, but that's not the point.
That's the thing. We had fun. And I think that's when you're playing a video game, that should
Hold
matter
on.
into the equation. And it's not a good Metal Gear game, but it's a fun tower defense game. And for what it's trying to do, it did a good job, but you just didn't like what it was doing.
I
And you
wanna-
were expecting MGS6 after Kojima left. Good idea, guys.
I want to hear what
Do you
Bad
feel
Humans
better?
has to say about this.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ryan, aren't you part of the Metal Gear Survive Discord?
Well, yeah, I got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
I keep an eye on a lot of people.
So just search Fingers plays Metal Gear Survive with Nitroid and hear how much of a good time
What I
we
think
had.
is not the point. You do not coat yourself in honey and then walk into a bear cave. You don't do that.
Yeah. All right, next slide.
All
I had a
right.
good time.
Yeah,
All right.
this is the part where we talk
All right.
about Resident Evil.
So we can just talk about Resident Evil for a bit because that's on brand.
Remake of 3 sucked.
Yeah. 4 was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 was
I thought
fun.
I was gonna play 4 more, but I just kind of drifted
Code
off.
Veronica remake? Yeah?
We need that next for
And
sure.
then Dino Crisis.
Yeah. We're going to get Dino Crisis before we get Code Veronica. Let's accept that.
Why are they remaking 5? It's like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's
Resident
enough.
Evil 2
Metal Gear, hold on.
remake is
All right,
the
Metal Gear,
best
back to-
game of all
yeah,
time.
That's enough. It was obligatory.
That was a good
So
hitter.
what do we
Forgot
do
the bingo
next?
we were gonna have bingo sheets. We
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
What do we do next as a podcast? You know,
Yeah.
what is it to look forward to in terms of content?
Death Stranding 2.
I mean, yeah, we could get that.
I agree.
Hey, you want to get up here? You want to come up here? Oh, okay, fine then.
You can. I mean,
We can do a guest
We saved a
episode.
seat for Tommy Tallarico, but I don't think he's going to show
Yeah,
up.
we gave him an invite. We're like, doing a panel,
Yeah.
it'd be an honor. But his mom would be proud if he showed up. But I don't know.
We could.
He'd probably say he edited the podcast, though.
We are probably going to continue to argue and go apeshit over the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Sometimes
The
Fingers
screenshot
comes
of
us.
it
He's
right
like,
there.
somebody came up to me the other day and was like, I don't know if anybody's seen the remake episode where we all just kind of went crazy arguing over the remake, but people still go to Fingers apparently, and they're all like,
Hey, man.
I agree with you.
Just so you know, you made some good points on that episode, but I don't want to go on Twitter and repeat them, otherwise I'll get dogpiled out here.
Yeah, people keep saying we bully him on the show, and we do, but people need to stop saying it.
All these nerds care about gun being accurate and shit. They're like, oh, the dust cover isn't accurate, and I'm just like,
That's
it's fun.
important.
No,
It is
it's not currently accurate in the
Why
game
do you think
now.
people like this series? Because it's authentic.
Love it, and some of us will hate it, but at the end of the day, we walk away from it all, and we're all still friends.
And Konami all gets our money because we're all just going to buy it anyway.
Yeah,
Every single
Konami wins at the end. We're just a walking promo for fucking Metal Gear. Next slide.
I'll just tell you this.
Spoilers! So we've got the MGS collection
forget it.
coming
This is
out,
more
which means
important.
the Snake Revenge Redemption arc.
Hit that music in the bottom right. Fuck yeah, this is another cool game that everybody else hates on.
I'll get in with this
Listen
one.
to
on
this
you.
music and tell me this game doesn't kick ass.
This
Listen
is
to
the
that.
Big Boss theme from Snake's Revenge. So collection's going to come out. People are going to see the light. I sound like Fingers would survive now.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
different.
Whatever
I will stand with you on this one.
Yeah, I like
This
that.
is,
Yeah, see?
this game gets a lot of crap, but it's a blast.
It's a good NES game. It's a good challenging game. It might not be the best. It's the Link's Adventure of Metal Gear. You know, it's like, hey, let's do side-scrolling and shit and change it
Yeah,
up.
I like
Some
that
people
game
hated
too.
it.
Fingers is like the patron saint of the weird black sheep Metal Gear games.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just-
I love all that weird shit. Like, I like Ninja Turtles, and, you know, they're all like, I like realistic military stuff. So, you know, it's just different strokes.
All right.
I want my accuracy.
You're lucky this is live.
All right, so yeah, but we do have this master collection coming out, which is fucking awesome, y'all. I think as fans, we are
Yeah.
really lucky to be in this position to have all
had a-
these games coming out.
Dude,
You
I had
know
a
me,
lot
I'm
of
the excited
complaints.
one.
I had a lot of complaints, and then they brought that thing in, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to shut up now, because what?
And what's funny, we even made a joke post about that. Like, all right, Volume 2, it's going to be Snake Eater and...
It was going to be like Snake's Revenge,
yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Touch, and Survive Remastered.
Yeah, which, you know, that's the Volume 2 we deserve
We
as
got
fans.
one of
I
them,
mean,
so maybe we should be a little
But
worried.
yeah, and then they actually included Snake's Revenge as just like bonus content. I think that's dope. We're getting the NES games, which are definitely like not as good as the MSX, but it's cool that they're there. As janky as they are, like that's part of the Metal Gear history.
Can I say one thing? A lot of people might not pay much attention to this, but one of the things in this collection that Konami's not making a big deal out of, and that a lot of people are looking over, is this digital screenplay thing. And there are these books that were released in Japan that are basically a compilation of all of the dialogue in each game, right? These are localized versions of that. And you might think, okay, it's the text from the game, big deal, but it's got developer commentary. So keep your eye on that. That's going to be something special.
Yeah. This isn't like
And
a
they-
digital Eclipse
Yeah, and they're doing
release,
it for
but like
Metal
they're doing
Gear 1
pretty
and
good.
2, and
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So I don't know if it's a new one or, you know, hey, Bad Humans, do you know? Usually I know, but I don't know this one.
He's seen it,
Oh
man.
my
You're busted.
God.
But like Metal Gear 1 and 2, the screenplay book that they're making.
Are you going to admit that you enjoyed on the panel live that you had fun?
Yes, it was
Okay.
fun.
Nitroid had fun on camera.
That's
on
not the
Give a
point.
round of applause for being honest, everybody.
I gotta say, it is cool watching
yo,
Shagohod like rolling in terror.
It's
Yo,
so
Nit-
fucking
Nitroid,
fun. I'm
Nitroid.
controlling a Rex just like... "Grrr."
And it's, like,
Nitroid,
going
hold
everywhere.
on. Let me just say one thing. Survive sucks.
If Kojima made it, y'all would have fucking loved it.
Yo, when Survive came out, like Fingers was like going off on the internet. I was like, you need to calm down, man.
I got so much heat for defending that game, just being like, I'm having a good time.
But-
And everybody's like,
Stop having
imagine
fun.
enjoying yourself. Like,
But going back to the collection, I don't know if anybody remembers this. After it came out, we didn't put this on the PowerPoint because it was happening as we were making it. But Nitroid looked at the source of the
Yeah, I talked
collection.
about that during the last one.
Oh,
Talk
okay,
about
yeah.
it again. It's fine. It's fine. Nitroid leaked
people who missed it-
MGS4 in Volume
Okay,
2.
If you weren't
Oh, yeah.
in here for my panel, basically the gist is this: the website for this has a timeline, and there were some. There's some. If you look at the page source code, they've got placeholder buttons on a timeline image for games that aren't out yet, and I thought that was a little suspicious because they've got like all the buttons for the games in the collection, but they're inactive but in place for the rest of the canon games. And it just was like, that's interesting. They usually don't update
MGS4
it.
was hidden in the HTML.
Yeah,
Long story
basically.
short.
MGS4, Peace Walker, and 5 were in the source. We're like, I don't want to call it source code. It's HTML. It's like nothing. But
So he told the internet that, and then
That was
the
my first
internet
mistake.
turned that into Metal Gear Solid 4 confirmed for Volume 2, leak prove, and it's just like, God damn it, guys! Did we not learn
Favorite
anything
thing in
from
the
Tom
world
Olsen?
is
and then I got to watch a bunch of like big game journalist personalities say my name wrong, so that was great.
Yeah.
Like the best one was Greg Miller calling me Nitro ID.
I like
What's great?
I like Nitroid. That sounds
Nitroid.
Nitroid, I get
While
like-
simultaneously Discord is like, you can't have your name. Sorry.
I get Nitriodolite.
So you're
That
Diorton
one
now.
Sounds a good one.
Yeah, Diorton.
Thank you,
Backwards
Greg.
Nitroid.
Yeah, so I'm just going by Diorton now. It's just backwards. I'll put a mustache on. I'll be my like evil version.
What we got next slide
Anyway,
though?
Well, we get to see the Solid Snake Redemption arc slide again, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, we're getting it.
All right, so I made this. I'm very proud of this. Go see Oppenheimer, everybody, after you go see Barbie.
Jeff Keighley's in it,
So
y'all.
this is
Confirmed.
Some of you might be familiar with this. We call it the Kojima Defcon tiers, and this was more relevant when there was like not that much content coming between like Metal Gear and Kojima.
Because we would
but
have like award shows and stuff, and like
Yeah.
different panels,
Never
and
know
it's
who's
like,
gonna
you know,
watch it.
is
Yeah,
Kojima gonna
Jeff
be
Keighley-
there?
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Keighley, he's always like, oh, well, we have an extra special guest
And
who's
then you
so
see a-
prolific,
you
and
see,
it's like
like,
some indie game that
Tetsuya
you've never heard of in your
Nomura
life.
with Kingdom Hearts 4.
But then you see Kojima just post that in and out, and you're like, okay,
he's in Los
he's
Angeles.
in LA.
Which I
Like,
still
what are we
haven't-
at now? It's
I
rising.
still haven't had In and Out. I really need to
We gotta
get
get
to
to
that.
that, yeah.
But there's 5 levels essentially, and I hope I got this in the right order. But
so,
you
yeah.
know, there's level 5, which is, you know, what does it mean when Kojima pops up for an
Yeah,
appearance? It doesn't
Defcon
mean,
goes the opposite way that you think it does.
yeah, there's nothing happening. Jeff just teased something that pretty much didn't exist. So like, thanks, Jeff.
Like the Game Awards.
4 is usually
I love
just
commercials.
Kojima posting something like flowers or music, or you know, he posts, you know, what his Walkman is playing, and that could mean something in the future. Like it could
could,
be
yeah.
Picture
you
the
know,
old Konami building with big corn, like
Farewell,
Farrell
sausage.
sausage.
Yeah.
Every time I eat eggs
Eggs
Benedict, I have to make. Looks like boobies when I shake the plate. The next is
Our hero,
level
everybody.
3, a random Kojima product, not a game. So you know
Brain
his
structure.
book, now his movie, Brain Structure.
Oh yeah, he's doing a movie. That's
Oh yeah, he's got a podcast.
Somebody asked
'Cause they're
if
doing
that
the Death
movie was
Stranding movie,
premiering
right?
here.
yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll come out and just announce something, and everybody's like,
Man,
not
if
a,
they
not
do
a
a
game
Death
though.
Stranding movie, I know the perfect actor to play Sam.
Who?
It's the guy that played Rick on Walking Dead. Yeah.
And then
I think that one guy's busy shooting that show, so he probably won't make it. He's got his
There's-
own show. That's all the people. That's so
That
funny that
movie's gonna be
Walking Dead has funneled down to we just care about Daryl anymore.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
the
much. They
show.
just called the show that now. Yeah, like that movie's gonna be like
I
9
called that too.
hours
It's like
long.
he's
too.
gonna be the last guy around that anybody gives a fuck about.
They're just gonna take the zombies out too, and he's just gonna be walking
I
around.
need to make a game.
there's number 2,
that.
which is
A
was
zombie
sort of
game
like
you-
the cloud, the Xbox Cloud game. Not an in-person event. You know, not Kojima's not in here in person, but he's gonna announce something, and it's a game, and it's
Right.
exciting, and we still don't know anything about it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I can't be there. We're working on a thing. I'm excited to show you. Bye. And then he
Yeah.
just goes.
And then we got Defcon 1, which is the big one. He's shown up. He's got a new game. Jeff Keighley's probably behind him in some funky sneakers.
Giving him those puppy dog eyes.
He's like, I'm going to marry this man one day.
Yep.
That's my husband. No. And that's the big one. But shout out to Nitroid for that Photoshop, by the way. He did a really good job.
We can go next
That
slide.
was fun.
So what does it all mean?
At the end of the day, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
None of this matters at all.
And
Don't
I guess,
take it too seriously.
Yeah, and I guess in a sense it was like, we planned out all this time and all this content around trying to squeeze blood from a stone in a series that has been
Dormant.
dormant. Yeah, I was trying not to say dead, but yeah. And then all of a sudden, things kind of turned around, and
Now what do we do?
Good thing it survived.
just kidding. So yeah, that's our.
I think we're gonna switch it over to Q&A too. I think that's what our plan is.
Yeah.
The
This
end.
is the end of the panel. There's also Q&A, but that's not at the end. I can't do Apache's
I had
bit.
a
Yeah,
slide
yeah.
as
Just
well,
leave the jokes
but-
to me, okay? Yeah.
I had a slide as well about my history too, but you guys heard me talk enough.
I'm sorry. I know I've been
No,
so
it's
busy
okay.
all
Like,
day.
we were slammed and everything broke, and then
Yeah.
long story short, I started playing this shit in 1989, and I'm still here.
All right.
This newcomer to Metal Gear has a question
All right.
for you.
Hello, young man.
I am terrified.
The young gentleman in the back there. All right, yeah.
Hi, Nitroid, big fan.
All right. Go ahead.
What's the over and under on you coming up with yet another rumor that you're going to get mad at the internet for believing?
It happens with alarming regularity.
You're like personified that one meme when the guy like jams the stick into the bicycle and
I can't believe the game journals
what
did
happened?
this."
I created another rumor and the internet picked it up and ran with it. What happened? My life sucks. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Just trying to have fun.
All right, we got another question over here.
Give it a month.
Hold on. Sorry. How do you know we haven't done more and not admitted to it? Yeah. Well. Yeah.
There's at least 2 that you don't know about. Like, he's not even joking.
You're coming back, Peeler.
I'm sorry.
I have a super hard-hitting question. Take your time, mull it over. Which Resident Evil is your favorite?
2 remake.
Oh,
2
yeah,
remake is
2
like
remake.
it's so good.
OG2.
3 original.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker though. I'm a sucker for the everything but Reverse as far as the multiplayer. I love Outbreak. They really need to remake Outbreak.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
I was playing Resistance for like the 2 weeks that was active, but it was really good. I promise.
They didn't want to update it.
Sorry, no, we're good.
What?
So this question goes to Nitroid.
Yeah.
And it was in the presentation that you just gave us, like previously from the podcast. And I don't know if the podcast needs like context about it, but and it's